Awesome. Okay, nice to see everyone. Thank you for everybody that stepped up when I was on holidays for 12 days out in Alberta to see my family. It takes a village sometimes to make sure that we're moving forward, and sometimes we need to lean on the village more than we can, and you guys just took over. So thank you for everybody that was helping out when I was away. So I'm in full gear back from holidays and excited. I'm sorry that I didn't get to watch all of the awards last week, but it was so awesome to see. I was throwing out money on payday on the 10th. People were getting $300 bonuses and $200 bonuses for the people in the draw. So that was really awesome. So yeah, congratulations to everybody. So tonight, couple things. We will dive into Instagram. Well, I'm going to say stories, because stories can show up on Facebook and they can show up on Instagram, and some of you use both. And we're going to dive in. I just actually rewatched the training that we got on the GoPro. But before I do that, I just want to do a couple announcements, just so you guys are always on top of what's coming down the pipe in regards to events. So I just want to review, and Melissa, hopefully I can see you. Sarah, can you give me a thumbs up that you can see that? It's good. Okay. So as you guys know, for August 31st, we have the 31 days of healthy hydration that's showing up in the DYSL, which is great. So the rest of the month, I just want to highlight that tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to have this is our third social media workshop for partners. We're going to dive in, and it will be recorded so you guys can watch it a bit later, but we're going to be diving into stuff like content, consistency, strategy, funnel, that type of stuff. So really excited about that. So that's tomorrow from 11 to 1. August 23rd, there's going to be a corporate Canada business opportunity call. So it will be like Lee, Stephen, myself, and Michelle Rogers. And that is a Monday night at 9 p.m. So a great opportunity to bring people to build belief and learn more about the product and business. Almost like the last call to bring people on to come join us. It's kind of the Come Join Us summer series closing off. And I am going to lead a shred August 26th to feed into the big September shred that's happening. So just to mark those off on your calendar. And then I also want to just highlight here for September. I'm not going to give you a lot of details, but I will encourage you guys that on September 1st, which is the first Wednesday of September, you definitely want to jump on that call. And why? Because we're giving away $1,000 in the month of September. And we are going to announce all the details there. And there will be a fun, doable challenge for everybody to participate to really help, I'm going to say, create momentum, get you guys back into the game of business, because I know a lot of you guys have been having an amazing summer, which is great. And I know even for us NMDs, we're like, man, we need something to kind of kick our butts and get us going again. And I think this is going to be great for everyone. It doesn't matter at what level you are, we can all play and be successful, and all of us have a chance to win some cash. So all the details will be launched on September 1st. So I wanted to just make sure that you mark that in your calendar. Tell your teams that you do not want to miss it, because it does start right after the call, your first challenge. And then the other thing I just want to highlight for a lot of you, you have marked off the calendar October 21st to 23rd. We have a team conference in Collingwood. We had our first meeting together to kind of start to put the agenda and all of the great details so that we can create a lot of surprise and wow, and get you guys really geared up for our mini conference in Collingwood. So there will be a flyer that will show up in the next day or two. I know Nikki was just tweaking it. There are hotels where we got some really good deals on hotels that you guys can stay at. We will have a main house that will kind of be home base for all of the conference viewing and celebration and all of that stuff. And a detailed agenda for our Blues on our team will be coming out shortly. So stay tuned with that. So I just wanted to highlight those few items. I'm going to welcome any new team. I know that there was a few new QSCs that showed up. I don't know if you're on here, if anybody wants to shout out to any promotions. I will be quiet and you guys can celebrate some of your new team that just hit QSC. Bye.
I like to congratulate and celebrate Margaret Miller. I don't know if you can show your face, Margaret. Margaret's been like a rocket launched. She's just made
Hello.
QC yesterday, and she signed up. She's signing up a new partner, and they just qualified for Partner Place Plus. They didn't even get their product yet. So thrilled that Margaret has joined our team.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Welcome,
It's been
Margaret.
awesome.
Any
Exciting.
other shout outs?
I have one, Nicole.
Yeah.
My great cousin, who's not on right now because she's doing bedtime with her littles, hit QSC today. So fast track to QSC, which is awesome. So it was one of those things where you looked at it, 5 days ago and we're like, oh my gosh, we're going to pull this off. And she stepped out of her comfort zone. She shared from her heart and she nailed it this afternoon.
Yay. I love hearing those stories. You don't think you're going to do it and you make it happen. That's awesome. Any other shout outs before we go into our Insta story trainings and Facebook story?
I don't have a QSC promotion, but brand new team. Tina is on tonight. She just joined us and it's her first night of calls. So.
Oh, great. Welcome, Tina. That's awesome. Good stuff. Okay. Well, on that note, I'm going to dive in. There's some really good stuff. So get your notepads out. This little short mini training is on stories and how to be effective at storytelling, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook. So I think you guys are really, really going to enjoy. And in the meantime, as I'm pulling up the training, if you guys want to type in the chat, I'm just curious, who doesn't do stories consistently on a daily basis? I would like to just find out, and there's no judgment here. I just want to find out. And maybe for those that are showing up daily on stories, maybe you can kind of give a thumbs up or a yes. So I just want to kind of feel, yep.
Sorry, before we start, just two things. One, can you just mute? There's some background noise from some people. I can't, if you want to help me co-host, I will. And then I just had one quick intro as well. We have a new team, Julie Hewlett, friend from the cottage and ready for something new in life. So excited to have her on our team. She just joined yesterday.
Oh, awesome. Welcome, Julie. Yay. You're a co-host. So I'm going to put you in charge of all of the muting, if that's cool.
Awesome.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me get started on stories here. Share screen. Yes. Great. Got that. Of course, now it's not showing up. Give me 1 sec. Got to move over here and share again. And shares that. Okay, there it is. Okay, so just so you guys know, this is training from the GoPro that I am part of, that Melissa and I purchased together. And we have been watching it since January, the different training. This one is the social media. So I am going to play it. It's about 20 minutes, so hold tight. And then after this training, we're going to do a new welcome call just after 9 o'clock to welcome in a short presentation the new partners. So, okay, so here we go.
Time someone has that screen showing on their screen as a percentage. So if someone literally, if someone like just kind of goes next, boring, next.
Sorry, guys. Looks like this video is it was working fine earlier. Hold on.
If you haven't got any motivation, you're like, I don't want to take a photo of myself. I've got nothing. I'm sick and tired of showing a photo of the kitchen or whatever. Then just have a block color, write some words on there. I've only recently started doing this the last 3 months.
Okay, let me just see if I can turn off my phone. Obviously, the Wi-Fi is not the greatest right now. Can you guys hear? Yeah, okay. Let me just turn off my phone Wi-Fi. I've never, my phone, that's so weird. Okay, no Wi-Fi. I've actually got my internet plugged into my computer here, guys. I am so sorry. This is such great training too.
Like
Yield up smile, yeah.
Like
It's a sticker.
It's a sticker. Right, it's a sticker. So I'm going to click on that. Oh, that was not
I'm
right.
gonna try and
I'm
go
gonna click
back
on that.
one sec because this is really good. This last bit.
I didn't. You know what I do to get my black screens?
You just, yeah.
I take a photo of my hand.
That's what I started doing.
So for those of you who are like, I can't possibly remember all of this, like, I didn't know this until 3 minutes ago. So.
Brilliant.
So we've all been there, guys. We've all done that. Now you know. Now you know. We're all learning together. I love that.
Right. So again, it's just like if you haven't got any motivation, you're like, I don't want to take a photo of myself. I've got nothing. I'm sick and tired of showing a photo of the kitchen or whatever. Then just have a block color, write some words on there. I've only recently started doing this the last 3 months. Call that like
Peeled
a
up smile. Yeah.
like
It's a sticker.
peeled. It's a
Like a
sticker.
sticker.
Right. It's a sticker. So I'm going to click on that. Oh, that was not right. I'm going to click on that. And these are the different features that you've got, right? So we've got location. I mean, I don't really do you use location much?
Not that much.
I don't use it too much. We've got mention, so I can click on here and I can mention Boss Lee. I can mention Eric Warre. And I'm just clicking them because they're down there, right? I've got a question for you. Do you use stories in any way to recognize rank advancements or new customers or new distributors? How do you do that?
Rank advancements, yes, and then also like leaderboards. So just as a tactical training tip, of course, I know who top 10 in customers are. So just so you know, you can only tag 10 people per story.
Nice.
Just so everybody knows, 10 people per story. I'll tag like the top 10, and then they all reshare it as well, which is useful.
Yeah, I like that. So do you
especially like so those of you that are big leaders on here, because I like that we're speaking to so many different levels of business here. You could even that's an incentive for people. Like to be in my Instagram story is an actual incentive. And so it's kind of like how Eric's always like, the closer you get to me, the more powerful you get. I'm like, no kidding, man, you're the bomb. But to your teams, especially if you're large leaders on here, you're the celebrities. So for your team, like to be featured in my story, I was telling Fraser yesterday when I was out in Napa, my stories were getting 28,000 views a story. Crazy. So if you think about the exposure of somebody who's maybe at like 9,000 followers or something and is like dying to have a swipe up or something, you're going to get it pretty quickly if I'm exposing you to my brand. So you can start to use it as some kind of like maybe, hey, everybody who hits core rank this month is going to get tagged in my story. Do you think people might push for core rank? Everybody who gets 2 new recruits this week, I'm going to highlight you in my story with a photo of you, right? And a tag. You can get really creative with Instagram stories. And something I think is really important to note is that there are 3 different kinds of people I find, like definitely 3 different kinds of people. There are people who consume lives. I mean, I don't know if you agree with this.
100%.
People who consume lives, people who consume written word, and then people who consume stories.
Definitely got to cover all.
Why don't we, I'm curious, if you're a live video person, can you drop a 1 in the chat? If you love watching live video, drop a 1. If you love reading posts, can you drop a 2?
What's your preference?
Stories. And then I read. And then if you are a story person, will you drop a 3? And then if you're all of them, will you drop 4?
Yes.
Lots and lots of 2s.
Yeah.
There were a ton of 1s. Like, did you see how many there were? I mean, there was all of them. So the reason I say that is because I find that some people go, I can't believe people don't know this about me. Like I put it in my stories all the time. I'm like, well, did you write it in a caption? Did you put it in a live video? Because if I'm on live video every single day, and I might say over and over and over and over. I mean, the more popular you are on social media, you'll agree with this. You feel like you say something 1,000 times. I'll use your marriage as an example. How many times did people? I'm on live video every single day, and I might say over and over and over and over. I mean, the more popular you are on social media, I'm on live video.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening with my internet.
you might have said 1,000 times in a live video, go to my link tree in my bio, link tree in the 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 bio, but you never put it in a post. Never put it in a post. You can also purchase from the link tree in the bio. Go to the link tree in the bio, link tree in the bio, and you never put it in your story, link tree in the bio. I bet you if you get nothing else from today, if you start putting it on all 3 kinds of media, you're going to start to get a lot.
Normal posts are great for personal, inspirational again, stories and written posts again, and conversational you can do all of them really. But I want to give you like a bit of a strategy here in order for you to help get some more conversation about your products. So here we go. I'm gonna draw this out for you guys. So this is like a story, okay? I know it's just a rectangle, but imagine this is how we post a story. Then we're going to show you how you do it real quick if we have the time. So story 1 is we're gonna talk about a problem or a pain, right? So a problem or a pain. Think about your products, what problems or pains it could help with. Again, be compliant, please check compliance and all that fun stuff. So maybe a problem you've dealt with before, or someone that you uses your product has dealt with before, is low energy, right? So the first story is going to be something like, oops, my bad. Something like, I'm just going to literally video. Let me do this, right? Let's do it this way so you guys can see it. You're just going to say to the camera, and this is a bit awkward, a bit weird. I've got like 17 chins here, and I've got an Elmo as like a third eye. This is brilliant. I'm going to keep it going.
You look like Wally.
What is it, Wally or Waldo? You guys
Wally. Wally.
Oh, Wally. All right.
Wally.
All right. So I'm going to go like, I'm going to use a hook.
Isn't this fun? Don't you love technology? Oh my goodness. So what he did there is he just ended up doing a short little video to just say, ask the question if people wanted more energy. So that's what he's saying about
captions.
There you go.
So if that were my video, I'll just show you really fast because you can type for sure. I know we have internationals on here, so I would love for you guys to make sure you're paying attention to everything he says. So he said, do you ever struggle with low energy from 3 to 5 p.m.?
Yeah, I don't have this. I've got Dubai phone, right?
And you can do the same thing. Look, I have some extra stuff up here actually that you don't even have.
Extra.
I don't mean it's America. we're an extra country, you know? So closed captioning, it will literally transcribe for you.
Oh, lovely. I can't wait for that to happen.
Anyway, keep going.
All right, now this is cool. All right, so we got that. So that's going to be the first one. Very simple. Right now, people who maybe struggle with the low energy, no energy, they're going to be, all right, I'm cool. I'm interested in this. So they're going to go on to the next story. So the next story would be, let's just put here, provide solution, right? So maybe talk about something that has worked for you before or that you've given a go. So again, the next story, I'll show you how you can do another one, but, right? So I can do a photo. Oh, and by the way, guys, just so for those of you who've never done stories before, if you press it, it's a photo. If you press and hold it, it's a video. And you can kind of see, let me see if I can kind of come closer. You can kind of see there's like something going round the circle. That basically means that that's the time you've got. So it's maybe like 11, 12 seconds, 13, 14, 15. Now, see that, what it's just done there? It's just put one story. So you can go, I think you can do it to like 4 stories, 60 seconds, right? And when you let go, it's going to have the two stories down at the bottom here, okay? Now, when it comes to the actual solution, provide solution. So let's say it's low energy, right? Do you struggle with low energy? Do you struggle with no energy between 3 and 5 p.m. In the day? Next story would be, I've tried walking 10,000 steps. I've tried drinking 3 liters of water. I've tried doing jumping jacks. So think of the ideas that other people might have tried. If you don't know what that is, go on to Google and just kind of say like top hacks to get more energy a lot of people would have tried some other stuff before and it's not worked, and they're begging for the solution. Okay? So story one, a problem and a pain that your products can help with. Story number two is provide a solution or solutions. Number three would then be proof, right? So proof would be, this could be something like you share a testimonial, right? Where it could be like, I get it. I was the same, or I get it. Sharon, my friend, was the same, but this is what happened to her. And you could share like a written testimonial. You could share a video testimonial, but the proof is like super important. Mm-hmm. And I would recommend, I mean, in your groups, in your like ATM groups or like your team groups, do you have any like stories? Do people post their stories in there?
Constantly.
Like constantly. So then, and they're able to like, people can screenshot them and like post them in. Great. And if you don't have any proof, start collecting the proof. Okay. So you provide you talk about the pain of the problem, you provide a solution, then you give proof of like maybe what's how you've helped, like what your product's done for other people. Like, oh, I've been using this product for 3 days and it's blown me up. And then the fourth one is simply a poll.
And I just want to reiterate the third part that he was just saying when he asked if we have testimonials. You all have testimonials.
For sure.
Even if it's not yours. And I just want to reiterate that because people will sometimes say, oh, I can't recruit people because why would people join me? Mm-hmm. Or why would somebody buy this product from me when I've only been taking it for a day? Mm-hmm. Or whatever the case may be. Use other people's stories. I built my business on the backs of other people's testimonials. I talked about my sponsor. It was like 6 up from me, who had 2 cars and a lake house and a big house in like her daughter and son were in private school and she's gone on 30 free trips. I was living in a basement.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't Jesse Lee's story. So who are those people? And get really good at collecting stories. I feel like, don't you hear Eric Worre come out of your mouth
I'm
sometimes?
thinking like,
oh my God. Get really good at collecting stories, because when you collect the stories, you start to have places to plug that proof in, right? You start to have the story of the mom or the story of the dad or the story of the broken home or the story of the whatever it is, the transformative story that maybe isn't yours yet, but it doesn't have to be your story. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, if you pay attention to top networkers, like I don't really tell my story that much anymore outside of like just a little quick intro or something or being edified, because I'm at the point where I'm not really relatable. But you know who is? A lot of you. Mm-hmm. A lot of you. Mm-hmm. If I do tell my story, I'm always reminding people of where I came from. Like people need to know that I'm still humble. I'm still Jessie Lee. I'm still the girl who was bullied. I'm still the girl who lived in a basement when she started this. I'm still the girl who knows what it's like to drive a car that literally you don't know if it's ever going to drive. You don't know if it's going to crash. You don't know if it's going to break down. Like I'm still that person. That person's way more relatable to, when I come out and I'm recruiting 100+ people a month, or, I'm getting 500 customers, or, I'm making, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. Like that makes you go, bleh, bleh, I could never. Blah, she's so fast at TikTok. Blah. Okay. Right. But I was still the girl who was scared of lives. I was still all that. So I just want you to get very good at collecting stories so that you can do number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3 doesn't need to be you.
And you know what? If number 3 is not available right now, then skip it for now. I wouldn't skip it all the time, but for now, so you can just get this done. Don't worry about like, oh, I haven't got any proof, I can't do this. Right? So imagine this, right? So you do your Instagram story. Again, to do it, I'll show you. It's super straightforward, but obviously when you know how to do it, it always seems super straightforward. So I could just do a video and I could talk about the problem. So, hey, do you ever struggle with, if you ever been like me and you struggled with low energy in between 3 and 5, I've got something I need to tell you. That's it. You can add the captions like Jessie Lee mentioned. I realized that you guys couldn't see my phone then. I'm going to press share to. And I'm just going to press share to story. Now, if you want a little hack, if you have some prospects, add them as close friends, right? And they'll get your story with like a different colored circle around it. So instead of like a purple circle, I have like a green circle around it. Okay.
Can I give you like a super hack for close friends? It's like a new thing. This is a little advanced. Some of you are going to be obsessed and some of you are going to be totally lost. But I really want this to be something that I want you guys to leave here and be like, if I never hear from any trader ever again in the world, I've gotten my accelerator money. Like
Yes.
we have
Come
a
on.
goal to just blow your minds these last 2 days, and we're almost done. So you can actually do something where you could ask as a poll, right? As a poll on your story, or just a quick video, or even on a post or during a live. Hey, who would like to be added to my close friend stories? Because I'm going to be giving business tips and advice only to my close friends.
Gold.
Oh,
mission.
man. And then you can put together a close friends list where you give business tips, where you give product tips, where you like bang them over with, recruiting stuff. You put every flyer only in close friends. You put every time there's a sale only in close friends. And they can't say nothing to you because they opted in.
Yes.
It's like your email list that you didn't have to collect no email list. Okay? Like that is starting to become like, I keep using the word weapon, but it's very Australian of me. A weapon in the network marketing space. Well, the digital marketing space. And I think we can start to adapt that into network marketing. I've never said that on any training. Y'all are the first. So utilizing close friends option, like mine currently is basically pictures of my baby nephew and my boyfriend. But if I were to be smart about it, which maybe I will now, I'll take my own advice. Yeah, you can use close friends as a total business tool. So
100%.
I know that was fast and it was a lot, but like I want to give some of these more advanced social media people some like what?
Right.
They also.
So again, like if I hit this share button, it will then share to my stories. That's it. Simple. So I go and add the story. I take the video or the photo. I put the captions on and I share it. Real simple. Again, encourage yourself to go and do the actual story. So that's story one with the pain and problem. The second story, I'm then going to provide a solution. So like, here are some solutions. If you want more energy, you could go walk 10,000 steps. You could go and do 100 jumping jacks. You could go and drink. I nearly said drink avocados. Drink avocados. I mean, that means expensive drink, but you can go ahead and drink avocados. You can go and do goat yoga. You can go and do whatever it might be, right? Maybe you're going to provide many solutions, but the poll is where the magic and the money comes, because you're going to say something along the lines of, let's just discard that one. Something along the lines of, I'll just tell you instead of doing the story about it. Something along the lines of like, but hey, I know how you feel. I felt the same, but I found a secret weapon. Feel, felt, found. You heard that one before, right? I wonder where. Right? I know how you feel. I felt the same. I used to have low energy too, but I found an incredible product. If you would like me to send you it, let me know in the poll. So now I'm going to click the stickers. I'm going to click poll, right? And I'm gonna give 2 positive reactions. I'm not gonna say yes or no, because if there's 9 people who say no and there we go. And you've already done it, right? I give 9 people who say no and one person says yes and someone clicks yes, they're like, oh, I'm the minority. No. So like Jessie Lee's already got on her post, we can just put it on her, can't we? Right? Yes or yes. We could write the captions, we could write the texts. And we can press share. Now, once we've done that, are you going to get people applying to the poll straight away? No. Is this a conversational post? Yes. This is how you're making the money. Again, we talked about the lives, we talked about the reels, we talked about the TikToks to get people educated, entertained, emotional, and into your funnel.
Okay, so we're going to stop there. I hope you guys found that really informative. So he was just closing off to say, that you might not get orders from it, but you get conversations. And the whole point of you doing the stories is to have more conversations. Sarah, you're doing a really great job. I know that some of your team I'm seeing doing a really great job. Do you just want to comment on how you're feeling about your stories and your posting? And I know Becky does very much that, like that formulation. So obviously you've taught your team that. Any thoughts or comments about moving through that strategy and the results that you're getting?
Yeah, I mean, I think they hit on it Just give me 1 second. Sorry, my husband's watching a TV show pretty loud, if you guys could hear it. Yeah, I mean, they hit bang on everything, and I love the simplicity of their training. It's so easy to learn from them, but being consistent no matter what, showing up, utilizing, you know, a motivational post. But yeah, definitely doing, you know, the pain. If you can be relatable and vulnerable, I really suggest you utilizing that, because at the end of the day, people are going to want to be relatable to you, to know and trust you, and then share the solution, which we all know what it is, whether you're sharing the business or the product. And then, yeah, testimonials and the polls. Jen Brennan and I have been using those consistently since coming back from conference in Calgary. And it's a really great way to have conversations with your cold market and people that might be, you know, your warm market too. So yeah, definitely stories is fun, but show up.
show up, do it consistently. And it's
Yeah.
okay to be talking. I remember having a conversation with Alona, and she's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm like posting my shakes every day, or I'm posting like I'm making a smoothie every day. But you have to understand the algorithms. You have to understand that a small percent of people are going to see it, and to play around with the different times that you're posting it, and it, you know, and that type of stuff. And it's so true that all of a sudden she'll get a message and say, oh my gosh, I never knew that you were selling this shakes. And she's like, are you for real? I have been like doing shakes every single day for how long? And you're just telling me now that you didn't know I sold a good shake. And we laugh about it because it's so true. And I still get orders for people to go, oh, I never knew that you did a cleanse program, or, oh, I never, and I'm like, really? I've been talking about it for 6 years. So never think that you're not telling them enough, because you know, sometimes you'll get like, oh my gosh, I'm talking about it too much. And they also say that like you find a feature product and talk about that feature product 90% of the time, right? So if your feature product is a shakes like Kelly Morgan is, then she's talking about shakes 90% of the time in regards to when she talks about her product. Not every day, 90% of her content is what I mean, but that she's not posting a lot of towers. Like Tower Gardens might come on once a month, or the Omegas might come on once a month, but it's the shake. So kind of picking your power product to share. But that's all I have.
One thing, because I really took value in this. Brandy actually shared it with me, because on, you know, a handful of days in the month, you don't feel like showing up, or maybe you just feel blah that day, or, you know, maybe you had a fight, or maybe your kid's driving you crazy and you're like, oh. So on the days that you do feel great, this is when you take pictures of everything and everywhere. And if you're really feeling great, maybe change your shirt so it's not the same shirt, and just like literally have content, because there are going to be days that you're like, oh, what am I gonna, I don't feel like taking a picture of myself. And you know, I really have taken a lot of value from that tip, because there's going to be days that you don't want to show up, but you have to.
So true. So true. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight for the team training. I hope you found that really valuable and giving you some more tools and strategy to really get great on social media. So on that note, I am going to say good night to those that need to go. For our newbies that want to stay on, I will be running through about a 20-minute presentation on welcoming you to the team. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Stop recording.